then I'll go. Thought that
Welcome to the channel. Before I get started, I gotta take a moment and find out if I'm actually streaming. So please tell me if you can see this or not. I'm having some issues. YouTube says I'm streaming. Yes, okay. Oh my God. Sorry about the late start, guys. It's been a treat. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Greetings. Welcome to Armenia, Colombia. Welcome back to the channel, Grand Colombia Live. And welcome to Coffee Time. Video is choppy. Okay. Bit of a delay. All right. Well, I'm going to muddle through. We'll do the best we can. I think somebody might be on my internet watching this and might be drawing some content. But if you are, you might have to turn that off. But here's the deal. This extra 6 minutes are valuable. You guys are funny. All right, I had a topic planned, and my outline was 6 pages long. Stream is lagging. I'm not sure. You mean it's like buffering, like cutting in and out? I'm guessing that's what you mean. Okay, I'm going to have you guys sit tight. It's like it's throttled. All right, sit tight. I'll be right back. All right, let's hope that works. If it doesn't, I'm just going to have to go through with the errors for today. And I don't know what to tell you. I checked the monitor here, and it's coming across the monitor okay, but I really don't know. But I've got everything off except the stream, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's get on with it. Do want to talk about that? Weather today, cool, overcast, kind of beautiful day. It's been raining every afternoon. How is it here? I know you're going to ask. It's going to be It's peaceful. It's calm. Gas trucks have been rolling in the last couple days. So before you ask, why is the screen got the chat on it? Are you copying Marshall? Actually, one of our mutual viewers watched the stream and saw the chat on it and messaged me, why don't you put the chat up on the screen? And I used to do that. And I actually took it off because people were telling me it was too distracting. But I got it up there. We'll see how it goes. Better already. Good. That's good to know. I'm reading and it says that we got great bandwidth, so I don't know. So that's why it's up on the screen. And I went back to my old software, and I've been trying to get it set up and updated and that sort of thing. And you may see some, I just saw an alert go up that's actually an older one. It was like from a few days ago. So apparently those were in those were stuck in buffer. So there's probably going to be, I'm guessing if that one went up, there might be 5 or 6 more. So what else we got? I drove a car. My car, I got a message saying, steady feet all the way. Awesome. Great. I got a message telling me that my car is finally ready. They figured it out, and I can pick it up this coming week. It's filthy. I told them to just go ahead and get it washed up, and I'll give you a couple days, and I want it just ready to go. But I rented a car because I had to. Picked up somebody at the airport. I drove all over the place, but I went to the visa office in Pereira yesterday. It was pretty peaceful and calm in Pereira, although there was a protest in the afternoon. It was pretty chill, and the map or the route was all mapped up, and everybody knew what was going on. It was back to the normal type of thing. I actually met Marshall for about an hour. We got to chat while I was waiting for the guy in the visa office, and so we hooked up. Buffering again. I don't know what to tell you. I got full bandwidth going here, and it's green light. But well, I wouldn't. Marshall, I've known him for a few years, and I wouldn't stop following him over that. His basic video content is what's there, and it's what's free. He's actually trying to make a living doing this, and I know that some people get aggravated, but his content that you're not seeing, you're not missing a lot. Yeah, he's putting some little tidbits in there, but it's not like it's some huge mystery. You watch his videos are really good. You know what I like about his videos? What I always liked about him in the past, he's as shy as he is, and he really is. He talks about being an introvert, and he really is. But as shy as he is, he manages to put himself out there, and his videos are all about the human communication. He's really good at that. I suck at that. The thing that I'm good at is good, factual, realistic, honest information. That's my thing. I'm certainly not entertaining. I'm certainly not good to look at. You're not going to see me out there with girls falling all over me because I'm beautiful. And he's got all that going for him. It's kind of, maybe when I was 30, that happened to me too, but I'm no longer 30. So I really appreciate his videos, and if I were you, I would hang in there with him because no one else does that the way he does it. Ace Live and all these other people, they have their thing, but nobody does that. And his have actually, Gabriel Traveler's good. We've all seen him, but I don't really watch him very often. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers. I'm busy with what I got to do. But I always watched Marshall's, and when he came back, I've watched every one, and I've made a point to meet up with him because there's something special about what he's doing. And no, he's not paying me for that, but I'm a big supporter of him. And I hope he's able to. His dream is to travel. He loves traveling, and he's really trying to make this pay. He's taken all his money and he's invested to get this thing going. So those hotel rooms and plane tickets and all of that is so that he can get everything rolling so that it becomes basically a business. You're paying for entertainment. His videos are definitely entertainment. Okay, so much for that. So I also, while I was in Parade, I went to PriceSmart. Now I got to tell you, I got lost several times. But here's the weird thing. I got lost on roads that I knew perfectly well. I knew every road that I got lost on. I got lost because there's a part of Pareda that's got traffic circle after traffic circle. It looks like a can of spaghetti. You know, you got this circle and about 8 roads shooting off, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, which road am I? It's been 6 years, you know, and so you rely on taxis and buses. They know where they're going. You don't worry about it. So I know these roads, but you know, it's like, do I get off at the first one, second one, third one? Yeah, maybe I guessed wrong a couple times. And then I'm on that road and I go, oh, I know I'm not supposed to be on this. So I knew where I was going, but how did I get back? So the buffering is the same issue you had with the old software you used to use. That's the software I'm using. They've got a new version and it's supposed to, we're going to run this. And if it's unwatchable, I'm really sorry, but I'll need that to know if I can use this going forward or not. There may just be some corrections and adjustments. It is a brand new version and it's supposed to be okay. I ran some tests and they were fine. It's even possible that maybe there's something going on, you know, the switching box here in town or something. I don't know, but we'll just keep going. So I went to PriceSmart, and that's pretty cool to have a car and throw some things in the trunk. And then driving back from Pareda to Armenia, I got behind a parade of gasoline trucks. So if you didn't know, video pauses about 2 seconds. I'm really sorry. You know, you may not want to watch today. You know, I don't know if I'd have patience for it, but I'm going to have to muddle through this if I'm going to make the right choice for the next one. You know, we're already starting off in a bad place because I couldn't get started for a while. And it actually was telling me that I was running live, but I wasn't. So out the door for 120,000 or less. What's out the door? What am I missing? I'm missing something here. So anyway, where was I? Oh my God, I'm so bad at distractions. Gas trucks. So there's some misunderstanding about the roads being closed and all of Colombia being shut down. And there was a YouTuber out of Colombia this morning that tends to sensationalize. You know, I guess it's video clickbait, I guess. But you probably shouldn't do it over things like, you know, protests, because there's so much misinformation about what's going on here in Colombia, making it sound like the place is blown up. And it's not like that at all. Now, Cali definitely had some issues. We never had any here. There was one night that some foreigners from Venezuela and not from Armenia and Condillo tried to firebomb a police station, but the locals put it out and the police arrested them, and it was actually a total of 49 of them, and around 40 of them weren't even from here. They were just agitators and troublemakers. But outside of that, it's been pretty clean sailing, smooth sailing. But the roads being shut, it's typical as part of the protest. But what happened was that went on, and it's not all the roads. Obviously, I drove to Pareda, back all around Pareda. I didn't have any problem. Guess what? The roads are open. But the trucking routes for the main shipping for food and gasoline and things like that goes into every city, they were blocking that. So big semi trucks and taxis, they were blocking it, and that happens. I see it every year. They usually don't get all of them. Well, this year it was more coordinated. Apparently somebody coordinated this, and it went on for a couple days. So what happened was, the shipping trucks that would come to Armenia, for example, well, they're not going to drive here and then sit for a day or two on the road twiddling their thumbs. So they weren't leaving the depots. And they weren't going to leave the depot until they got all clear from authorities, the military actually. The roads are clear. You can now come, and that began, I believe, Saturday. I know Pareda had gasoline Saturday. They had huge lines because it'd been 4 or 5 days since they refilled, and fix my problems I teach, and it fixed my problems big time. Yeah, okay, gotcha. um, where was I? So the chats. Well, I got an i7 processor. I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I appreciate that, but I'm good. Um, I got Windows. I know what I'm doing. I'll get there. It's because I transitioned to software, and this is the first time. And like I said, I'll take it, do some adjustments. We'll be good to go. It may not even be in the software. There's been the last few days. There's been some short outages, and things have been up and down. So I don't know. We'll see. I really don't want to talk about it anymore because that's not what we're here for. And shame on me for talking about it. So, so as far as the roads closed, it's not like the whole country was closed like that Medellin YouTuber. He said the entire country was actually on lockdown. Why on earth he would tell people that? He says, yeah, until further notice, you can't leave your house and you can't do. And this was today. What? Of course you can. So, the roads are open and everything's flowing again. And today, certainly tomorrow, you'll have gas and everything will be back. So just imagine that, Cali was Portland for a day. Unlike in Portland, where it's Portland for over a year. Okay, so a visitor was here, and actually he moved here, and I can say we actually very successful. Found him an apartment that he fell in love with. It's in a brand new building, an 18-story building, brand new. I mean, they literally just opened a few weeks ago, and I got him the apartment he did pay 1 month's deposit, but it's $900,000 a month. Nice. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, brand new, security, elevators, all that, in a great location, next to Fundadores Park, across the street from this awesome bakery. He's 2 blocks from one of the malls, and he's about 12 blocks to the other mall. It's pretty super, and he doesn't have his cedula yet, but they've agreed to do it with his passport. So people all the time say, well, you got to do 6 months, or you got to get a cosigner, or you can only do. If you know how to do this, you can get around that. So we're doing good. We got that. It's a 1-year lease, so it'll be $900,000 a month and $900,000 for a 1-month deposit. I might have been able to push to waive the deposit, but I was pushing pretty hard and pretty happy with where we were at. So, some juice. Okay, what else? Notes here. When I was traveling to Ibagué, there were some protesters outside the city, only allowing passenger cars, buses through, but not trucks except gas trucks. Protesters were peaceful. For the most part, that's the way it was in Colombia. This stuff was blown up so out of proportion, all because of what was in Cali. The one that was bothering me, if you didn't see my protest video, I don't want to rehash it. You can see it. I put it out a few days ago. And it was unusual in Cali, but this is a political movement that's come to Colombia, and everything is set and staged, and you've seen it. If you're from the USA, you've seen it for the last year, and here we are. So it was sketchy, it was dangerous, it got out of control because that's where they were mostly centered. We're not far from Cali, and I think that's where those people came from, but they were shut down right away. There was a shooting in Pereira, but things can get complicated and things can happen when you got stuff going on. And it's very unfortunate, but it was not. I mean, the rumors that were going around is the police were conspiring to sneak out at night and mass murder people, and a lot of craziness. There was a helicopter with a machine gun hanging out the window, and aha, look, here's proof that they're. It was all craziness. There was a photo on Facebook with a couple cops, and they were armed, and say, see, they're trying to kill. Well, they're always armed. And around here, from the military base, the helicopters, they always have guns hanging out the window. It wasn't over last week, but, everybody was grabbing everything and saying, aha, see? So there was that. Now, I got a message from a local person, and it was very kind and respectful. But he pointed out a couple things, and I was going to do it in today's coffee time, but I'm going to make it a separate video because, like I said, it ended up with 6 pages of outline, and I'm not going to do that in coffee time. But just to give you a gist, because if you're interested in what's been going on, I'm going to follow up with this. He pointed out 2 things. One is that people here are heavily taxed, and when I was talking on the video really about middle class and to poverty, the lower half, obviously we know that the upper middle class and the wealthy, we know they're taxed. If you're coming here, you know that you have to be careful of not falling into an income tax. But I was talking about the ones who aren't taxed. He said that those people, the poor, are heavily taxed. And he gave a couple examples that were, it was kind of funny. His examples of the heavily taxed were the toll roads and gasoline, which last I knew, the people in poverty weren't owning cars and driving on the toll roads. But that's, you could take that a little bit farther. I'm going to cover that in detail because I think there's something I've actually never covered in detail, and that's how I'll call it a welfare system, works as it relates to taxes. And I will spell out all the things that people lower middle class to poverty either don't have to pay at all or pay very little. And even the tax plan that they were talking about never would have affected lower middle class and people in poverty. It never would have affected them at all. But the other thing is, he pointed out that Petro, I was mistaken, Petro was never the leader of FARC. And he's right, because Petro never was the actual leader or one of the leaders of FARC. But it was a 30-minute video, and I didn't want to do a 10-volume thing to explain, so I kind of generalized and encapsulized certain things. And just quickly, because I think that's, I got the impression it fired a few people up. Here's why I did that. He was the leader, founder of M19, a guerrilla group that had the exact same ideology as the FARC. The FARC operated in certain places of the country, and where they